Hello everyone, welcome back with one more class, one more session, and one more topic. So today we are going to discuss reading comprehension. So already we have discussed the warm-up session of reading comprehension. We have discussed about the passage, about the question, about the types of question, about the location and everything. So today our prime focus will be reading technique. But before we proceed, reading technique, let let us revise what should be the strategy for reading comprehension preparation. So your step one should be to work on RC passage update, question update. What does it mean? Then go through all types of passages, shorter, longer, easy, medium, difficult, and different concepts deep. Then all types of questions. Because first job is not to solve the question, but to understand what is question, what is tested in the question, what is passage, how passage is written and everything. Once you are done with all, then your step two should be to work on reading technique. Remember, reading technique means what? You should read not as a reader, but you should read as a critic. When it comes critic means you should know that what is intention behind the message, why author has mentioned certain information, what is inference of the passage, and many more that is related to technique of writing. So if you work on your reading technique, your approach for the question will be very easy. You will be able to understand the location. You will be able to guess even the longer passage in short with the reading of few sentences that we are going to discuss today. Along with reading technique, you can find out some shortcuts also. All right. So we will discuss today. Step three should be question wise strategy. It means for every individual question, there should be certain strategy. Means what? Just read the passage and get the answer should not be the strategy. Strategy means what? If you find primary purpose question, it requires different type of thought process. If it is inference, it requires different types of thought process. If it is tone, then again. So there are multiple types of thought process. Okay. Now, step four should be to work on elimination technique. Elimination technique means what? You should know how many options should be kept and how many options should be removed at one go. All right. Then step five should be to work on accuracy. And after that, it should be time management. Fine. So this is the pattern of your reading comprehension, and we'll discuss all in detail. So let us move to reading comprehension technique. Remember, every passage is written in the form of intro, body, and conclusion. So this is thumb rule. What is intro? Intro means first information of the passage or author. Then what is body? Body is justification of introduction. Then conclusion. What is conclusion? Conclusion is rephrase of introduction. Remember, there may or may not be conclusion in the passage. All right. Now let us understand through one passage. For example, this passage. Okay. So now you have 3 minutes to go through to understand. If you take more than 3 minutes, try to shorten it. So you have 3 minutes to go through the whole passage. And after that, I'll explain how intro, body, conclusion works and how you get to know this is introduction, this is body, this is the conclusion, along with how introduction helps you to summarize information without going in depth. And what is the benefit of intro, body, conclusion? So your timer starts now. Once you let me know, and if you're slow reader, no worry, I'll explain all in detail. Now, let it be. All right. So now let us understand. Okay. Yeah. So here, look at this sentence. So this is your introduction. What it says, America's response to this deluge has been strangely mixed. All right. So it is about mixed behavior. Now recall this passage is about mixed behavior or not. And this is conclusion. Seeming contradiction, mixed behavior. We like shopping by mail. We don't want to throw out the good with bad. Mixed behavior. So this was all about mixed behavior of American instead of online marketing, invasion of privacy, or America's response, and blah 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 blah. Did you get? So this is called technique. Now, how do you get to know that this is introduction? Remember, when you are reading body, just check that what is main idea behind explanation. So because it is talking about survey and different types of survey. So just recall that which sentence has talked about survey or survey related information. So look at that response to this deluge has been strangely mixed. And to confirm, you can go with the conclusion part. So now, what is the benefit of it? Just through the first sentence, you can guess the whole information. Let us apply how you are going to do along with some shortcuts. I'll come here once again to solve the question, but let us discuss some shortcuts too. So that was, now what is the benefit of intro body conclusion? All right. So benefit one, easy to go to passage. That is the first benefit. Benefit two, advanced guess. Benefit three, shortcuts for some questions. Shortcuts for some questions. Remember, intro plus conclusion becomes the answer of broader context question. What is broader context? Broader context includes whole passage. Okay. For example, primary purpose, main idea, main point, title, main information, primary concern, primary idea, and many more. Remember, if conclusion is not given, only introduction will be the answer. Okay. Now, take a screenshot. Now let us go with easy to find. I mean the shortcuts. Remember, if there is only one para in the passage, then first sentence, introduction, last sentence, conclusion, and rest of body. Or first sentence, introduction, rest of body. So this is the case when there is only one paragraph in the passage. If there are two, all right. So if there are two paras, there will be two cases. Case one, first sentence or first half of first para. Intro, last sentence or last half of last para conclusion, and rest of body. Case 2, first sentence or first half of first para intro and the rest of body. All right. So now we will discuss 3 benefits of reading technique and then how to follow reading technique. Okay. Take a screenshot. Look here. So we are talking about intro body conclusion theory, right? So intro, if there are 2 paragraphs, then what will be 2 cases? First sentence or first half of first para, introduction, last sentence or last half of last para, conclusion, and rest of body, right? Or first sentence or first half of first para, introduction, and rest of body. Now moving to how to utilize intro body conclusion theory, right? That is the point of discussion. So when you start reading, first sentence should be read very patiently. So you read first sentence patiently and check that what is the message. So it says the relevance of formal economic models to real world policy has been a topic of some dispute. So it is saying that the relevance of model has been a topic of dispute. It's mean the relevance is disputable, right? Now, after that, rest reading should be to relate information related to relevance of dispute. If it is for dispute, it will discuss in favor. If against dispute, of course, it will counter. Or if there will be any new piece of information, it will change. Okay. So here it says the economists R.D. Norton and S.Y.D. achieved some success in applying such model retrospectively to the Korean economy over a 14 years period. The model's figure for output price and other variable closely match statistic. The model's value in price policy term, however, proved less clear cut. Although it was good, yet it is bad, right? So model is disputable and it is confirming that it is less clear cut, and then read from top to bottom, you will find that it is discussing about less clear cut. So benefit 1, after reading first sentence, after reading introduction, you can guess or you can observe that what it is conveying and how message is delivered or how message is being delivered. All right. So now look here. After reading first sentence, what we have observed? We have observed that it is relevance of modern less clear cut. So now you have 1.5 minutes to go through from here to here. Start now. Now check that whether it is all about less clear cut or not. You will find that yes, and it has conclusion that is confirmation of less clear cut. It says the Norton remodel can perhaps be viewed as indicating the pitfalls of a formalist approach that stresses statistical goodness of fit at the expense of genuine policy relevance, right? So what it is saying, that model was really disputable. Why? Because it stresses goodness of fit. It's mean intro plus conclusion is going to be answered. So benefit number 1, that we can guess what the passage is talking about. Benefit number 2 was when you are going, it's easy to go to the passage because you know that what to read instead of just guessing. And after that, advanced guess means you can assume the whole passage. And now third, that shortcut. So intro plus conclusion is when we do not need information from every sentence, just first and last. Relevance is disputable, and then it is so intro plus conclusion. Now look, proposing a new type of economic analysis, right? So it is new analysis. Here it is about dispute. It is about analysis. So A out, criticizing an overly formal economic model that can be a part of dispute. Advocate the use of statistical models in determining economic policy. So if it is determination, it means it is positive, right? suggesting and Korean inflation out. Why? Because it is body part. Determining the accuracy of northern region analysis. So again, determination means support, and therefore E out B becomes answer. So one more shortcut. One more shortcut. If option belongs to body, if option belongs to body, it cannot be the answer. Okay. So option should not, especially for a broader context question. If it is related to body, it cannot be the answer. It should be related to intro and conclusion. Okay. Now, look here. New type of analysis. Of course, analysis means data, that's called body. Advocating the statistical model, again body, and again body. So this is called the body part. All right. Now moving to one more shortcut. Okay, that how first sentence is sufficient to go through whole passage. Now you have 1.5 minutes to read, and then just read first sentence and check that the whole passage talks about or not. So you have 1.5 minutes to go through. Now dear, check it. So desert plant population have evolved sophisticated physiological behavior traits that add survival in arid condition. Okay, so it is all about the physiological development, right? Desert plants physiological development. Now recall the whole passage is about that physiological development. But so one sentence will be more than sufficient to go to the passage, and this passage does not have conclusion. Why? Because it is all about the explanation. So I believe you got, right? Now let us move to three paras. So what if there are three paras, then what will be the cases? If there are three paras, there will be three cases. First para intro, last para conclusion, and the rest of body. First sentence or first half of first para intro, last sentence or last half of last para conclusion, and the rest of body. So that is case number 2. Case number 3, first sentence or first half of first para intro, and the rest of body. Okay. So now the same benefit, take screenshot and let us go through. Already we have discussed about 3 paragraphs, right? It was intro, body, conclusion, right? Intro, body, and conclusion. Now let us understand one more. Now, so even right now you can apply this strategy. I'll correct it. I'll tell you that how to apply the approach. However, you can put your own effort. You have 2 minutes to go through and deal with the question. Just 2 minutes, okay? And after that, I'll explain. Now pay attention. If you have gone through, if you could not, then no worry. Just follow the approach. So see, when you are looking at reading comprehension, so your initial job should not be to hurry, just to understand the approach and check that whatever the strategy we are discussing, whether it works in your case or not. Okay, so that is the first thing to understand. Now look here, as we said, if there are 3 paragraphs, it means there are 3 cases. Case 1, when first para intro, second para body, and third para conclusion. And case 2, when first sentence or first half of first para introduction, and last sentence or last half of last para conclusion, and rest of body. In third cases, first sentence or first half of first para intro, rest of body. Look here. So here it is talking about the debt crisis affecting many developing countries has 3 causes: imprudent management and borrowing by the debtor countries, imprudent lending by banks, and rising interest rates. So 3 factors. If in the passage should be about 3 factors. So here it is about rising interest rate, right? It is about banking, and it is about bank strategy. So 3 factors, right? It means this passage does not have conclusion. So only introduction will be the answer. And three factors, now look at. So when you are reading, after reading first sentence, make up your mind what is message, how message is delivered. And after first sentence, guess that what is the summary, and then rest of the reading should be based on that. What if, what if you read and read, and then you go to the passage, means every new piece of sentence will be new piece of information, you will get confused. So to get rid of confusion, it requires intro, body, conclusion, theory. Fine, my dear. So here this is three crises. Now look at three factors. The factors that have had led to the current levels of debt carried by developing countries. Okay, right? Now the deleterious effects of rising interest rate. One part, American banking in the 1980s and its impact. Again, one part, the future of yes banking with the respect to its interest rate, right? One part, economic condition in developing countries, one part, right? So it's mean the factors that have led to the current level of debt carried by developing countries, that will be the answer. All right. So now this is related to introduction, and that is the answer. So whenever there is broader context question, it will be directly related to the introduction and conclusion. Now again, recall that all four options are from the body part. So whenever options are from body, especially for the broader context question, then it will be eliminated. It will not be the answer. To answer broader context question, it should be intro plus conclusion. And intro plus conclusion already we have discussed about what will be the case if it is one para, what will be the case if there are two paras, what will be the case if there are three paras. So already we have discussed about all in detail. So we will discuss furthermore in coming classes that what will be the case with the four paragraphs, and then how would you accelerate your reading technique, how would you work on the getting the gist of the information from this sentence, and then how do you apply different types of study, and what if you miss the middle part of the body, then will it harm, or there is shortcut for that too. We will discuss all in detail in further classes.